European Union countries have agreed on a new round of sanctions against Russia, according to diplomats on Wednesday. This decision comes as the EU aims to maintain pressure on Moscow in light of the approaching third anniversary of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The comprehensive package of sanctions, including a ban on imports of Russian aluminum, is set to be officially adopted by EU foreign ministers on Monday. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen expressed the EU's determination to increase pressure on the Kremlin, emphasizing that the EU is intensifying efforts to counter circumvention tactics by targeting additional vessels in Putin's shadow fleet and implementing new import and export bans. The latest round of sanctions marks the 16th set of measures imposed by the EU on Russia. This development coincides with US President Donald Trump's direct negotiations with Moscow to address the conflict in Ukraine, bypassing traditional channels involving Kyiv and European allies. In addition to the ban on Russian aluminum imports, the new sanctions focus on the shadow fleet used to evade sanctions on Russian oil exports, resulting in the blacklisting of 73 more aging vessels. Furthermore, Brussels plans to disconnect an additional 13 Russian banks from the global SWIFT payment system and prohibit 8 more Russian media outlets from broadcasting in Europe. European officials are working to respond to Trump's unconventional approach, which appears to challenge the long-standing US support for Kyiv. This shift was evident during the recent direct talks between high-ranking Russian and United States officials, where both sides conveyed optimism while tempering expectations of an immediate breakthrough in Ukraine peace negotiations. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky voiced criticism over the absence of Ukrainian representation in the recent meeting between Russian and United States officials, emphasizing the need for fair talks that involve Kyiv and European countries. Brussels is urgently seeking to assert its influence, expressing concern that a potential peace agreement reached between Washington and Moscow may not fully consider Ukraine's interests. United States officials have indicated that the EU will eventually have a role in the negotiations due to the sanctions it has imposed on Russia.